it's Joe from Boro Fan TV, and this is the preview for the upcoming game on Friday, the 4th of February, with an 8 PM kick-off as the Boro take on Manchester United in the 4th round of the Emirates FA Cup at Old Trafford. You know, the commentators here, Boro fans, 9,000 or so Boro fans, just over 9,000, are making the trip over to the Riverside tomorrow night as a possibility of a 5th round tie in the FA Cup away, so could be one of them to focus on the league, but we never know. It's a grand tie, no doubt. Probably our biggest game of the season so far, apart from obviously being in the league. And hopefully, we can make a good account of ourselves. But going on to our last fixture, obviously we won 1-0 last time out against Coventry in the league. Andros Barral's goal was the main difference on this occasion. His 8th goal of the season, thus making him our top scorer so far this season. Took the finish well, good work from Flo Balogun on the left-hand side to cross it, and Sparrow, the poacher that he is, definitely Slovenian as well, took it in to make it 1-0. I think, in the first half in that Coventry game, we looked a little bit flat. I mean, obviously, Coventry were the better team, I'd say, in the first half, without a doubt. And then come back to the second half, it was pretty much the same as usual until Chris Wilder made that double change by bringing on Martin Piero and Flo Balogun, and they made the difference, and obviously that's why we came away with 3 points. But now we switch our attention to the club. The good news apart from this as well, hopefully, Riley McGree is coming back from international duty, although he did test positive for COVID before their last international against Oman, so it'll be doubtful whether he'll be in the squad or not, so we'll have to wait for at least a couple of days' time until he comes back he returns a negative COVID result. So we'll have to wait for McGree's debut for this occasion, unfortunately, but the squad looks the same, strong as ever. I mean, we've just got that one injury in Mark Bowler, but apart from that, we could do some changes, no doubt, because I think, even the last 2 games, I don't think Aaron Conley's fully settled into the squad yet, so I'd rather give him a rest and give the likes of possibly Duncan Watmore or Flo Balogun a chance to start, and hopefully, give him a good run for the game at the Theatre of Dreams. Now we're going to Manchester United. Obviously, they're coming off a good run in the league. I think they were unbeaten in the last 4 in League and Cup. They currently sit 4th in the Premier League. Obviously, they're under the interim management, of course, in Ralph Rangnick, who's done okay so far since taking over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just before the year ended. They're pretty stable so far, but they looked a little lacklustre in a couple of positions, particularly the midfield, for example, which obviously we know that Fred and Scott McTominay are obviously the heartbeat of that midfield, but recently in the last couple of games I noticed they've been a bit rocky, and that's something we can well exploit, going into this game. But obviously the players to watch out for, most importantly, Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely one of them. Probably more is one of them, to be fair. He's been doing well since he came back to the Premier League, and it'd be interesting to see whether he starts or not, particularly for an FA Cup game. Like the bigger clubs in the Premier League in particular always like to feel like a second string team going up against sides like from the Championship, League One, etc., and more specifically in the Cup. So we'll have to wait and see if Ronaldo does start or not. And other players to watch out for, I'd probably say Bruno Fernandes is another one that we have to watch out for. I think but the way that Man United like to play, I think they want to play like 2 attacking midfielders behind the 2 strikers. I mean, possibly Marcus Rashford could be one of them that slots in to partner Ronaldo, and you have the 2 behind him, more likely either Bruno Fernandes and possibly Jadon Sancho. So if it's them 2, I mean, obviously I mentioned Fred and McTominay in the heart of their midfield. If it's a cup game, I don't think they'll probably start with David De Gea in goal. More than likely, Dean Henderson will probably end up starting in goal for United. As defenders go, I think Harry Maguire is still injured prior to this game, and I know Aaron Wan-Bissaka is out with COVID at the moment, but it just recently had Paul Pogba back from injury, so he could be a threat, if he plays. And rock out of the defence, I think they'll probably go with the likes of Victor Lindelof and Raphael Varane in the heart of their defence. So they're going to be a tough test for us, Manchester United. Like I said, they're currently unbeaten, in the last 4 or so games in both League and Cup. I mean, 3 wins and 1 draw, I think it is, prior to this. In the last round of the FA Cup, obviously, we've gone through Mansfield Town there. They managed a 1-0 win against Aston Villa in the last it's a fair difference. We're knocking out, just about knocking out a League Two team, and they managed to scrape past one of their Premiership rivals. So, be an interesting test for us. Obviously, this will be the first time we played Manchester United in a competitive game since 2017, since we were both in the Premier League for that one season under Aitor Karanka. And Man United did the double over us in that season. The first game they won 2-1 at Old Trafford. I mean, we took the lead in that game through Grant Edmonton before Man United scored 2 late on. And the last game we played against them at the Riverside, they beat us by 3-1. I think Rudy Gusted got our only goal that game, so that tells you how long it's been. But who can remember, the one beforehand when we played against them in the League Cup, and we took about the same amount of fans as we're going to be bringing tomorrow. Just about 9,000. I remember the lights rally Brownlee that day was an incredible moment. But more importantly was the penalties that obviously we remember for, and in particular the performance of Thomas Mahay's goal that day. It was absolutely incredible. And the scenes afterwards when he made that save, I think it was from Ashley Young, he saved from the last penalty, was superb. But it'll be a tough test for us. Obviously, we're taking over 9,000 again. Fantastic away support once again for us. And it's in front of the ITV cameras as well for those who weren't fortunate enough to get a ticket. So hopefully, we can spare the lads on. If we get through, that'd be great. But if we don't get through, obviously, like I said, we continue to focus on the league, and obviously getting in the top 6 will probably be our main priority. But we're going to have a good, decent cup run. But see how it goes tomorrow, as the old saying goes. Leave me your thoughts and predictions for the big game in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as always. Our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram links will be in the description below. And until then, I've been Joe from Boro Fan TV, and I will see you on the next preview video, which will be for the game on Wednesday, the 9th of February, as we switch our attention back into the league, as Boro are once again on the road as they head to the Cayenne Prince Foundation Stadium to face Queen's Park Rangers. Until then, take care, stay safe, and up the Boro.